Do is I'm going to go over this small little electric scooter with a seat. This is from the company Fifth Wheel. I'm just going to kind of like go over the specs, then I'll come back and kind of do a little walkthrough. Then we'll take it to a ride test. Then we'll come back here and I'll give you my final thoughts of this little scooter. So let's get into the specs now. So the battery capacity of this thing is a 36 volts encased inside of here, and you'll charge it with this little port right here. And it seems to take around about maybe 5 to 6 hours to get a complete charge, but I mean, it was no problem on that. And as far as range, you're probably gonna get around about between 12 and 20 miles, depending on how you're riding it. If you're gonna be riding more aggressive in the sport mode or in the eco mode, you can get a little better here and there. But normally I seem to get about 15 on the overall battery before it starts running down and I need to put it on charge. The rated power on this motor is a 350 watt motor, and the top speed that I was able to get up to is around about 18 miles per hour, which is pretty fair, which will go up about a 15% grade when you're going up a hill. And it comes in at 39 pounds, and it is a foldable scooter, and you can get a total weight capacity of 265 pounds. So yeah, there's the specs. Let me go ahead and kind of start with the walkthrough. I'll start back here with the back tire and just kind of work my way up. Starting back here with the tires, it's a 10-inch by 2.15, and these are solid tires. These are not pneumatic tires. And what is the benefit of having a solid tire? They're going to last you a little longer, and you never have to worry about flats. Kind of the downside is it's a little rougher ride, but you know what? It's kind of a, you kind of give and take on these. I've used both, and I kind of prefer the solid tires if I'm staying just on kind of like trails and parking lots and things like that. So the brakes on this thing is 120 millimeter rotor in the back with a mechanical disc brakes. No problems with the mechanical disc brakes when you're on a scooter this small. Got a little kind of reflector back here that you can see, and the name Fifth Wheel right there. Does have a tail light and a brake light built into it, so you do have that. Have fenders both front and back. So the actual standing part on this deck, I'm gonna say it's probably about 7 to 8 inches right here. So your feet will go here and back and forth, but with this seat on here, you can put both feet right there. The seat is removable. You don't have to have the seat if you don't want it on there. You can take that seat on and off. It's basically just these bolts right here, and it is a foldable seat. Check this out. You push this down, lift up on it. Look at how you can fold this seat just like that. So you can fold the seat down and fold the handlebars down nicely on that. And then when you want to put it back, just pop it back in and it is good to go. And it's adjustment up and down, and it has an actual spring built into the seat. So it's technically a shock absorbing seat. One of the most comfortable seats I've seen on an e-scooter, that's for sure. Front tire's the same, 10-inch front tire. It's got the hub motor built in right there. Little reflector right here. Here's the spot where you actually take down the handlebars. You're gonna, if you want to fold it down, you just basically lift this up, pull it, and it just folds down on its own. Moving up here to the cockpit area. So right here, this is the little thing for when you want to, you know, fold it down and latch it into place. You do not get this phone holder with it. That is my phone holder. You've got turn signals on this thing. You've got a bell, a little finger mounted bell. Those always sound good. One brake lever right here, and it controls the rear brakes right there. And it has a slight little bit of braking in the motor. So it does a motor brake and a kind of a rotor brake in the back. So I like how it slows down. They work in conjunction together. So that works extremely well. Very impressive on the braking of this thing. You can lock that up and kind of put it on a slide, which I do like that. Turn signals, left and right turn signals right there. Turn it on. One button. Mash it fast right there. Mine is in sport mode. Let me show you the turn signals. Turn signals are on the handlebars. Handlebars are kind of small, but you can see it from the back and you can see it from the front, so they do help. Turn signal on the right. By the way, it does beep when it's going, so it lets you know your turn signal's on. Hit it once and the headlight comes on. Check that out. Little tiny headlight, but usually I do an aftermarket headlight on these anyway. And in the back, little tiny brake light back there. And this brake light is also a brake light. See that? It blinks when you mash the brakes. So that works just fine. To change it from sport to eco, double tap it. Now we're in walk mode. Walk mode's basically, you can kind of like see how slow it is. Well, it will take off on you. Very slow in walk mode. Double tap it again. Eco mode. D mode, which I think is, they just call it drive. Double tap again, sport mode. Let me show you the app real quick. It's a really basic app. So right here's the app on this thing. So let's check out the app. So you see I'm at 94% charged. It gives you 2 hours and 7 minutes of total battery remaining, 7 miles of total mileage, and there's a headlight. I can turn the headlight on using this. I can lock the scooter using this. Watch this. It is officially locked. Now the brakes are locked and engaged. It will not move right here. Unlock it. Miles per hour to kilometers. Connect it, not connect it. Uh-oh, I just unconnected it. So let's connect it back. We can go sport mode. Right here is how you go through the different modes. And then right here is the strong. So what they mean by this is means takeoff. I like it, put it on strong. 0 to start, yes. I like it just being able to take off. You can have it where you have to take it off. And then you got cruise control. Cruise control, I just engaged it. To get in cruise control, you basically just hold down the throttle for a while and it will come on. We are starting to get a little bit of rain, so let me go ahead, get this out of the rain. Let's get over here and let's do a ride test, because that's all the specs, that's all the walkthrough of this thing. So let's put it on the trail and see how it works. Okay, here we go. Let's get this thing on the road. Now I lifted the seat up just slightly. You can see about where it's at. It's right at my hip right there. We'll start out in eco mode. I don't know how well you guys can see that in the camera, but we'll start out in eco mode. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna ride up and down the little road here. Like I said, this thing is not a off-road like scooter. We have the speedometer here, and now this is GPS matched to, we'll see how it matches up. Sometimes this has to calibrate, see how it jumped from 1 to 10. Wow, that is spot on. I'm standing, by the way, everybody. I am standing, I'm not sitting on the seat. 10 miles an hour, spot on. Eco mode, let's call it at 10. And then this thing whips around. Let's go down. Now we're going down a hill. By the way, now I'm setting down. Check it out. I'm setting down. How comfortable is this? Look at this. I can put my feet right here, no problem, and then just ride along. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's come to a complete stop. So 0 to 10 in eco mode. Let's go the D mode. Here we go. Now look, I don't have to kick to start with mine. I turned that feature off. Noticeably little zippier. It's almost better to ride this kind of straight arm. I'm gonna say it peaks at 15. How do I know? Well, I've ridden this a lot. And having this seat, you know, I always thought having a scooter seat would be kind of like lame, but I could tell y'all, every scooter I have, I want a seat option. This is awesome. Look how smooth this thing rolls. Just rolling right along. 15 miles an hour. Now it should be in cruise right now. Is it in cruise? Look, check it out. It's in cruise. That's not a wolf. That's just an escaped dog up there, everybody. He's more afraid of me than I am of him. I've seen that dog before back here. He gets out of some of the neighborhood up here. Whoa, those brakes are zippy. Y'all see that? Zippy brakes on that. Okay, let's go to sport mode. Stand up. Let's stand up for this one. Sport mode, come on, let's get 18. This motor, surprisingly, is powerful. 18 miles an hour, and it is in cruise. Check it out. You shouldn't let go of the handle. Did I just see 23? Let's have a seat. Everybody, let's have a seat. Let's talk about it. You can just cruise right along with this. Turn on the turn signal there. Turn signal there. Let's see if we can skid it out. Yep. Well, it's safe to say you could hit 20, and I was on flat ground right there. The actual deck is kind of small. It's a little under 7 inches on the deck. So you see how the feet, I run 1 foot forward like that and 1 back. And this is kind of like how I normally do scooters anyway, but I'm using the seat. I'm just kind of like propped up on it. And that seems to work fine right there. Just a nice lean. These are very small handlebars, so you don't have a lot of like turning radius on this. So you want to be kind of careful on this turning radius. I'm just going to say that this seat's probably one of the most comfortable seats I've ever used. That's including bicycles. It's probably 8 inches of padding with a spring under it. Well, there it was, everybody. That's the ride test. Let me go up here and give you my final thoughts. Now, this scooter right here, I think is an excellent value for what it is. I really like the seat. The spring-loaded seat worked extremely well. Has a lot of padding in it, and it's got a big spring right there. The turn signals work. Brakes were really tight, and they stopped extremely fast. You will go into a slide out if you're not careful, so you want to be quick on the slide outs. I got up to 23, but realistically, 18 to 20 is about where you're going to be at all times in sport mode. I see no issues with that. Most people will run it in eco mode, which gets you around about 10, 11 miles per hour maxed out, which is fine on one of these old scooters. Very compact, easy to pull down. I think this would be an excellent scooter as a first-time scooter for anyone that's looking for an affordable one that for maybe like a college dorm. Getting around campus would be amazing on this thing. Or if you're in the city and you just want to be able to zoom back and forth, say like from your car and you got to go like far to like an office building or something, you could throw this in the back seat of any car, even a small little kind of sedan car. You could throw this in there. Everybody, I will leave links below where you can pick up one of these fifth wheel V20s, or you know what, some of my phone holders here and my gloves and my scooter shoes, and give you guys a good option on how to build up a good kind of like affordable scooter package. There it is, everybody. That's all I got on the fifth wheel. See y'all in the next video.